The Brazil Pavilion is organized by Apex Brazil, a Brazilian trade agency from the government to promote exportations and investment attraction. In the Brazil Pavilion, it's a space that we have to have contact with a lot of people from different countries, especially from Japan. And it's a great opportunity to show to the visitors, especially the Japanese people, about the Brazilian products, Brazilian culture, our goals to the future, and business and sustainability. The Brazil Pavilion is an immersive experience. At the first building, we have more than 100 inflatables, some on the ceiling, some sculptures on the floor. These sculptures are mixed of human beings and animals, plants and animals, to show that everything is connected and we have to do something to act against climate changes and about poverty and hunger. The second building, this one that we are here, is the Parangoromo Room. It's a tribute for Hélio Oiticica, a Brazilian theater director. And we mix the Parangolé word, that the poncho that he created on the 70s. And BLS, our creative director, she created this word, Parangoromo. It's a mix of Parangolé from Hélio Oiticica and the Hangoromo from the Japanese theater, and created the Parangoromo. And we give around 1,000 Parangoromos a day here to our visitors, and we spread seeds of Brazil around the expo. And in the third part of our exhibition, we have our multi-purpose room. That space, it's as the name said, it's for multi-uses, for seminars, exhibitions, for partners to make some actions inside the pavilion. And we have, for example, some events from Banco do Brasil. We had soccer action here. Last week we had samba action to bring samba dancers for this week, this last week for our pavilion. We had some exhibition for Brazilian agribusiness. Some ministers from Brazil made seminars here. We had exhibitions as well from our bioplastic made by sugarcane, some aviation. We have Embraer, the third biggest plane constructor in the world, and from Toyota do Brasil with the it's a hybrid flex fuel car engine that they bring here. And other partners from Apex, like we have some sectorial projects with some Brazilian entities from animal protein, fashion, fabric. I think the main building is the first one. It's the building that has the message we want to send to the world, to send to other nations. BLS, our creative director, when she made the concept of the pavilion, she wanted to create a live pavilion, and she shows that the pavilion is alive through breathing. That's why she uses these inflatables on the ceiling, on the floor. This main exhibition, it has 5 acts, like in the theater. We have the exist, coexist, diverge, extinction, and re-exist. At the fourth act, that it's the extinguish, the pavilion will die. So it's kind of circle of life. The pavilion is alive, then dies, and then rebirth. And in this fourth act, the extension, the pavilion soundtrack's a little bit heavy. The lights goes down a little bit red, like you in a fire in the woods. And while during this act, while the pavilion is dying, and on the LED screen will appear some message to make the visitors thinking about what are we doing to the world, to other people. Then in the fifth act, this re-exist act, on the same LED screen will appear, we're gonna show our manifest. And this manifest, it's the main message that we want to spread the word. This manifest is a call to action. It's a Brazilian call for all the nations to join Brazil in this fight, on his fight against climate changes, poverty, and hunger. And after this important message, the guests and the visitors come to this room. That it's a warmer room, like with sunrises from Brazil and the color of Brazil. And then we can finish the visit with thinking about important things and with a kind of warm on the heart. We had a lot. I have to search on my memory, which was maybe I can not be fair with all the good things we did here, but I'm gonna tell 2 or 3 that I think that was memorable. I think that I have to start telling you about our National Day that was in June 21st. It's like we painted all of Expo with Brazilian flags and the Brazilian rhythms and the Brazilian culture. We bring to Japan great artists from Brazil. For example, Zeca Pagodinho, Manhana, and Arnaldo Antunes. And as well, we looking for Japanese artists that are passionate about Brazilian music. And I think that the greatest one, it's Lisa Ono-san. She came here to our National Day, and we invited as well a lot of Japanese people that plays Brazilian music, and we spread the Brazilian music around all of Expo. I can talk about the end of August, that we have 3 weeks of agribusiness exhibition here at the pavilion, and we finish August with a memorable fashion show with Brazilian entrepreneurs, female Brazilian entrepreneurs, fashion designers that came here to show their work. And as well, we had a Lisa Ono-san concert on Shiny Hats here on Expo. And this fashion show was just the opening for this great week we had, because we had some seminars and talks with great Brazilian women, great Japanese women here at the pavilion and at the Cartier and Women's Pavilion. And we bring here around 15, 20 great Brazilian women to discuss about women empowerment and this gender agenda that we have in Apex Brazil. I think that everything that we have here, we think that everything we made here was to to make the eyes of the visitors blinks, every space here was created with the intention to make the people feel something. I used to say that our pavilion it's more than understand what's happening here. It's more to the visitor. I think it's more important. It's what you feel when you stay here for a few moments. But of course, that the success of the Parangoromos was bigger than they planned, because we had to buy more Parangoromos to give it away to our visitors. This painting station that you mentioned at the beginning was a surprise for us, because we thought that just kids will be engaged on this, but we see old people, grown-up people searching for this and painting themselves. And one more thing that surprised me is that, because for us in Brazil it's very common, that how Japanese culture it's important to us as Brazilian, and we have more than 2.5 million Japanese descendants living in Brazil. And I was surprised because in the room beside us, there is a video that shows the Japanese immigration 170 years ago. The Kasat Maru arrives at the Santos Harbor with 781 Japanese people, and the community, Japanese community, help us to improve in our agriculture, our technology, our business, and the Japanese culture is very a strong presence we have in Brazil. And this, in the fact that most of the visitors can imagine how Japanese culture is that strong in Brazil, it surprised me. The message is, it's like I said before to you, we want to, sometimes we just think about we have to take care of the environment, but sometimes we forget to think about the people that is living on this environment. We think about global climate changes, global warming, but sometimes we don't think about there is some people in the world that is going to sleep or try to sleep without a meal. We talk about climate changes, and as I said, we don't think about the people who are living in the world. And we have in this Women's Week, I told you, in the end of August, we have a discussion about how the climate changes affects women. And that was something that I never think about it, because I already saw study and read something about how climate changes affect more poor people than the rich people, because poor people are more vulnerable to climate changes in some cases of floating. The houses don't have infrastructure to be resistant against the water. And I was surprised about this discussion about how climate changes affect more women than men. It's because women that they take care of kids, take care of other people, and they, as the same example in the floating, as I said, they can run faster because they have to take care of the kids, take care of the elders, so they are more affected on these cases of global climate changes. And if I just have a word to leave to the future, and to other generations and to another brothers and sisters. I think it's empathy, because as I said, in Brazil, we used to say that we have to wear the other foot shoe to see what they feel. So we must have empathy for anyone. I think our main goal here, it's not about technology. I think technology, it's something that we must use to help each other, to help the world, to help us. So we just use technology here on our pavilion just to spread this message for the other nations. Yeah, Expo, it's not a part of our culture in Brazil. So we don't hear about so much about Expo at Brazil. Actually, we heard about the first Expo on England, about the Expo in Paris, about the legacy of Eiffel Tower, but this Expo feeling that you have here in Japan, on Asia, on Europe, we don't have it in Brazil. So as Osaka 2025 Expo, this is my first Expo I've been, and it's the first time I came to Japan or Asia, and I always dreamed to come here to Japan. I always liked the Japanese culture, but it's too far away from us. We spent 2 days to get here from Brazil. The feeling I have now, it's I already miss Expo and I already miss Japan. And I'm very thankful for the Expo in general, because it made possible I came here to Japan to know the Japanese culture, and especially the Japanese people, that everyone who asked me about Japan, they first asked me about the food. And I really don't care much about the food. I'm not a food people. I don't know if it's possible to be a food people or not to be. But the only thing that I say then when I come back to Brazil and talk to my friends in Brazil and talk to people in Brazil, I said that what I like more here in Japan, it's the Japanese people. So I'm pretty grateful for Expo to make me live with the Japanese people and stay here in Japan. Yes, for sure. At the beginning, we were expecting around 1 million visitors here in all 6 months of Expo, and we reached 1 million visitors in August, and we're gonna finish here with 1.5 million visitors. And more than numbers, what I really care more, it's about the visitors. When sometimes I can host some visitors. It's impossible to host everyone, but some that I can host and explain about the concept of the pavilion, I can see on their eyes how emotive they get after they visit. I just want to thank for all the visitors we have here. Thanks for Expo organization to help us all the time, and always that we ask for help, and to make this exhibition beautiful and so like how can I say impactant to the visitors here, how we can make the people think at what we can do to change our mindset about the climate changes and about the poverty and hungry. And thanks for the Japanese people because always when I around here on Osaka, I saying that I'm a Brazilian. I think the Japanese becomes a little bit Brazilians when they get in touch with me and with my Brazilian colleagues. And just thank for the visits, for the Japanese people and for Expo organization. Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。